Hi, good afternoon. I'm Shikha, your host, and I am greeting all the mammies who would be very shortly joining us and everybody alike. Thank you very much. I think people have just started joining in. Hi there. A big hi to everybody who's joined us. Thank you for joining us. And I think it's my earnest hope that all of you are staying hearty and safe at these very, very tough and challenging times that we are living in right now. And with that honest hope, I am welcoming all of you to our Instagram live session, hashtag Mammies, we've got your back. Well, we at Mammy Poco definitely support a mother's unconditional love for her child's and her baby's well-being. Be it COVID-19 pandemic or anything, there is nothing, absolutely nothing stopping us. Well, if you're wondering, can I breastfeed my baby in COVID-19? Can babies also be infected with COVID-19? Can I go near to my baby? Because yes, I also step out to get those essentials. Well, pregnancy in COVID-19 and more. Dearest mammies who've joined us, we know that the times are unprecedented and you have so many questions brewing up in your mind, right? So I would like to say just worry no more, because right in a bit I would be connected to one of the most eminent doctors, Dr. Sheetal Agarwal, who will answer to all your questions. So worry no more, hashtag Mammies, we've got your back. Well, this is brought to you by Mammy Poco India, and once again, very, very happy to be greeting all of you. And with that, without any ado, let's just definitely get connected. Board. Right, in any moment, she will be here with us. Very, very good afternoon, Dr. Sheetal.
Good afternoon, Shikha. How are you?
I'm very well, doctor. So good to see your gleaming smile, and it's so
Same
heartening to
here.
see.
You're looking so awesome, Shikha, with
Thank
your
you,
beautiful
doctor.
sari. My God, you're looking so pretty.
Thank you, doctor. I think it's words like these that really uplift our spirits at the moment, and really
Exactly.
appreciate you joining us. I think, having such a trusted figure like you just emboldens us, the mammies watching all of you, watching us a little more. So thank you. And I hope you and your families are doing very, very safe.
Perfect. So far, so good. And I hope that all our mummies, they are also safe and they're taking care of themselves.
Absolutely, yes. So everybody here is saying hi to you. They are waving. Of course, you can pour in your questions. We will try to take up as many. And with that, let's dive into the conversation straight, Doctor. Doctor, I would like to ask you, what are your views on pregnancy and babies' health in COVID-19, and what all our mammies and mammies to be really need to know?
See, pregnancy is a very special time in anybody's life. Uh, People look forward to this moment to become pregnant. Unfortunately, when they were planning the pregnancy, they never realized that this time will also come when they will never be able to celebrate their pregnancy. In our culture, we celebrate pregnancy, we do baby shower, we do god bharai, but the times are such that all these things cannot be done. So still, mammies, take care. Don't be disheartened. Okay, now that you have become pregnant, this is the time. In normal pregnancy, we tell them to be careful, but this is the time you have to take extra precautions. You have to be extra cautious. See, you have to limit your outings outside, because as WHO say, virus is in the air. Avoid going out as much as you can. Even for your doctor's consultation, you should try to go for tele push hair, then only you should visit a doctor. So these are certain precautions. And for the babies, yes, the babies who have just come in last 1 year or so, poor, I feel so bad for them. They're not able to go out. People cannot come. People from outside their immediate and extended family cannot come and hug them. They cannot take them out to the park. I really feel bad for them. And for them, it is like, yeah, jab se hum paida hue, they have seen only this life. They have seen their elders going out with masks and they cannot go out. So I really feel very bad for all these babies. But then again, this is a very crucial time, and believe me, this time will also pass away. ऐसा नहीं है, अगर अच्छे दिन नहीं रहते तो बुरे दिन भी नहीं रहते. It is only that we have to take patience, and we have to keep on praying that our family, our extended family, and our neighborhood, our health workers, our frontline workers, they should all stay safe, And I think collective prayers make a hell lot of a difference. So we will definitely pass over this time.
Very beautifully said, Dr. Sheetal. And I think we have more of our mammies have joined us. So I think this is absolutely an apt time that I'll let everybody know that this eminent figure, our guest for the day, Dr. Sheetal Agarwal, she is a gynecologist, she is an obstetrician. Of course, she has over 24 years of rich experience. I think what doctor does is just a service to all the people who are watching us. And of course, she's an MBBS, DNB and MNAMS. There's so much more to you, doctor, but of course, I would like to reserve every bit of this conversation in, taking up as many questions as we can. And if you allow, I can get started.
Please, Shikha, go ahead. I'm waiting for you to shoot questions at me, and so that I can answer as many as I can.
Thank you. So yes, hashtag mammies, we have got your back. Well, there's a question that has come to us from Neha Agnihotri. She has joined us from Surat. She's asking, is it safe for pregnant women to go for the COVID-19 vaccination? Now, this is a buzzing question, doctor,
Yes, this is a very important question, and this question is going to take most of our time. Now, you see, the COVID infection, I will explain in detail. I will try to clear as many doubts as I can. Remember one thing, COVID-19 infection in pregnant females, if they get it, it is a very severe infection. And they can land up in hospitalization in ICU with mechanical ventilator, or they can even die. So in pregnant women, as our immunity is slightly on the lower side, this COVID-19 infection is creating havoc with our bodies, compromising the health of the mother and the health of the fetus. Now, the data which is available to us from the USA, in Feb 2021, they have released our data wherein they had given vaccine to 20,000 pregnant women without any side effects. Now, the vaccine which is being given in USA is Pfizer and Moderna, which is a messenger RNA vaccine. Now, in our country, we are using two vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin. Now, Covishield is a vector-borne vaccine wherein adenovirus, we inject a protein of COVID-19 virus in the vector adenovirus, and that is injected in our body. The other is Covaxin, which is again a killed virus vaccine. So both of them are not messenger RNA vaccines. Okay. In our country, no clinical trials have been done on pregnant women and on lactating women. The government of India is clearly saying, even till date, I was going through the latest guidelines, it has clearly contraindicated vaccine in pregnancy and breastfeeding women. Now, our governing body, FIGO, which is the obstetrician and gynecologist body of India, it strongly recommends vaccination in women, but the government is not giving clearance. So what should we do? This is a time we empower the woman. We give the choice to the pregnant woman. Now, how can she make the choice? So any lady, please now listen to me. I'm telling you something which is very crucial. Any lady who is a healthcare worker who is exposed to high viral load, like high viral load means all the neighborhood is infected, her building is infected, her whole household is infected. That means she is exposed to high viral load. She is a healthcare worker. She is exposed to this, or she has comorbidities. By comorbidities, I mean she is diabetic, she is hypertensive, she has a heart disease. So these pregnant women who are in this situation, they should take a call themselves and they should go forward for vaccination. Mind you, Government of India is completely saying that pregnant and lactating women should not go for vaccination. Even the companies, AstraZeneca and the company making this Covaxin have said that they are contraindicated in pregnancy and breastfeed. But our governing body says we are empowering the woman to take a learned choice, to take a choice. They should assess themselves whether if I take this vaccine, the beneficial effect of vaccine should outweigh the harmful effects. Remember that. So our governing body is empowering the woman to go ahead. If you are in these situations, you take the vaccine. But then again, we give certain other vaccines in pregnancy, like tetanus, we give influenza. So mind your mommies, if you are taking this COVID-19 vaccine, you should not combine it with other vaccines. There should be a minimum of 2 weeks gap between your COVID-19 vaccine and your TDDAP and influenza vaccine. Never combine these two vaccines together. You can have certain side effects of the vaccine. Most commonly, it is fever. And normally, it is a low-grade fever which subsides in 48 hours. You can take Crocin. Other could be local inflammation at the site. It is given at deltoid, here in the arm. So other could be your local inflammation, pain at the local site. So these are the certain local problems which you can have with vaccine. So similarly, breastfeeding women, if you give vaccine, the antibodies are formed in the body, IgA antibodies, which are secreted by a breast milk to the fetus, giving advantage to our newborn baby. So our governing body again recommends that breastfeeding women should go for this vaccine, but then Government of India and the manufacturers of these vaccines are clearly saying that it is contraindicated. Daily we are waiting for the reports from GOI, that is Government of India, and these manufacturers to come with the clear-cut guidelines. So we have empowered the women to take the right choice in concerning their health and the health of their newborn. I think I have made this question very clear to everyone.
Absolutely, Dr. Sheetal. I think you want mammies to make that judicious choice for themselves.
Exactly. Yes? You place yourself in this situation. See, anyway, these are the kill vaccines. As it is, we are giving, in our country, we are giving kill vaccines. Influenza is a kill vaccine. We are giving these vaccines. I don't know why we have not given this clear-cut indication कि please go ahead and give in pregnant women. हम तो दे रहे हैं. हम already influenza vaccine is given in pregnancy. TDDAP is given in pregnancy, and it is having its beneficial effects to the mother and to the newborn, to the fetus. So, ladies, it is in your hand. You make up your mind that yes, if I take this vaccine, the beneficial effects of this vaccine will far outweigh the harmful effects.
Wow. So it's all in the mind also, remember, ma'am.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Great, doctor. I think this perspective, since morning, I think we are getting so many questions regarding this, and I think you're saying it just instills a lot of hope and at the same time confidence. I'm going to take up the next one from Divya Singh, doctor. If a pregnant mother has been affected by COVID-19, will the unborn baby be affected too?
Yes. See, let me make this again very clear. Initial reports we had seen last year, they had come from Wuhan, wherein 9 pregnant women gave birth, out of which 3 had baby infected. At that time, 6 babies were not infected. The 3 who were infected, they were in NICU, neonatal ICU, for 2 days, and after 2 days their COVID test was done. So they didn't know, it was not clear whether this infection was transmitted by placenta or after their delivery. That was last year. The data was we never had that much experience. This year, I am seeing personally that my patients, pregnant patients who are infected with COVID-19, some of them who have delivered have their babies COVID positive. So you have to keep that in mind. Yes, you can have this infection, you can pass this infection to your baby, whether it is transplacental, whether it is at the time of delivery. Transplacental means in the uterus, the infection, the virus crosses from the mother to the fetus, or at the time of delivery, when the baby is delivering, baby can catch infection, or once a baby comes out, the environment is full of virus, baby can catch infection. So there is no clear-cut say कि yes, the baby will not be affected. Baby can be infected. Very much baby can be infected.
Baby is susceptible, doctor. All right.
Definitely.
Because you have given us a choice now for all the mammies. So the next question, I think this is something that I should pick up right now. Ruhi Nigam has asked, when should pregnant women have the vaccine now, if yes?
See, avoid it in the first trimester, like we avoid all the vaccines in the first trimester. Though no teratogenic effects are noticed by these vaccines, but still we tell them, please, first 3 months, avoid any vaccination, be it influenza, be it TDVAC, be it COVID-19 if you're going for it. Best time is to take it at, 5 months, 20 weeks, 24 weeks. And please, if you're taking vaccine, complete the full dose. Take the second dose at 4 to 6 weeks interval, और जो आपने वैक्सीन लिया, if you have gone for Covishield, the second dose should be of the same type. ये नहीं कि आज मैंने Covishield लगाई है, after 6 weeks I'll go for Covaxin. No, you cannot do that. So whatever vaccine you have gone for, you take the second dose at a stipulated time of 4 to 6 weeks gap, preferably in your 5th month. Second trimester is the safest period in your pregnancy to go for the vaccine. You can have certain side effects, as I have told you. You can have fever, you can have myalgia, you can have body ache. Just take Crocin and it will cover.
Great, doctor. That's relieving. Well, G_Makija3098 says, really informative, doctor. And there are a lot of questions that are coming in live as well. So, doctor, I'm going to rush and ask you what actually Deepika is asking us. She's joined us from Mumbai. Since babies can't be vaccinated, are there any, other long-term measures to protect them?
Well, this is a very nice question, काफी समझ वाला क्वेश्चन है. See, we have to take वही precautions लेनी है हमने बच्चों के साथ, which we are taking with ourselves. Now, I deliver we are delivering patients almost daily. I tell my patients, see, you are COVID negative, your baby is COVID negative. Once you go home, please see to it that you have minimum visitors at home. In our country, the childbirth is celebrated. Once you give birth to a child, lots of relatives start coming and they will pick up the child. Hey, mummy pe gaya hai, papa pe gaya hai, and that thing keeps on going. My advice is that please restrict your visitors. Just see to it that only the parents or the grandparents are able to see you. Second, and very important, when you are picking up the child, wash your hands for at least 2 minutes, not that 20 seconds wala. For 2 minutes, thoroughly wash your hands. If someone has come from outside to see you and wants to pick up the baby, tell them to please take a bath. अपने कपड़े लेकर आओ, take a bath अच्छे से, and then you come and pick up the baby. Because you may be infected, but you may be carrier. You may not showing any symptoms. I don't want you to come and give infection to my, mother and to the child. So very important, have limited visitors, restrict the visitors, take proper precautions, those who come, and that celebration which is done at 40 days, please try to avoid all those celebrations. I know you may be looking forward to the birth of the child and giving a grand lavish party. That can always wait for the first birthday. Please don't throw any parties. Even the maid who is coming to your house after the delivery, see to it that that maid is not showing any symptoms. Ask her indirect question whether in her house there is someone who is showing the symptoms. I'm very clear. इसमें कोई शर्म की बात नहीं है. Ask the maid कि तुम्हारे घर में तो किसी को कोई symptoms तो नहीं है. And suppose your maid is showing the symptoms, tell her not to come. Very clear. Tell her not to come for 14 days. If possible, get her RT-PCR done. At least you will be assured from your mind. And बाकी rest routine precautions that we take generally, but for COVID we have to be this much. It may look a little brash, it may look a little rude telling our nears and dear ones, masis, aunties, please don't come, but I think this is the call of the time. You have to do it.
Absolutely, doctor. So mammies, you have to be extra mindful. Dr. Rani is asking, can getting so many vaccines at one time harm my baby?
See, I've already told you that you have to gap your vaccines for at least 14 days, 2 weeks interval. You don't have to take all the jabs at the same time. That will harm you. You don't know किस vaccine से क्या reaction हुआ है.
Yes.
So always, whenever you are taking vaccine during pregnancy, please see to it that you space your vaccines by at least 2 weeks. If you are taking TDVAC, the next dose of TDVAC is at 4 to 6 weeks. Don't mix TDVAC with influenza. Influenza vaccine should always be given during pregnancy, especially during this pandemic, because I don't want my pregnant woman to have severe form of flu due to this COVID. So please take influenza vaccine at a gap of 2 weeks from TDVAC. Similarly, If you have decided to go for COVID-19, you think that you require COVID-19, have a gap of at least 2 weeks with all these vaccines. 2 हफ्ते के gap में take the vaccines.
Makes sense, doctor. Absolutely. Dr. Pooja is asking, how can we keep babies happy and give them proper care and nourishment in these very tough times?
See, spend time with the babies. This is now, see, you people are so lucky in the sense that aap log ghar pe ho. You don't have to rush to the work.
Absolutely.
So if you want to keep your babies happy, spend time with them. Play with them. You know, it is not कि बच्चा है वो छोटा. Whenever maximum newborn baby sleeps for 20 hours or so. But वो 4 घंटे जो जगता है, spend time with them, talk to them, play with them, see to it that their nappy is dry. Take them outside. अगर आपके पास बालकनी है या आपके पास टेरेस गार्डन या कुछ है, take them to the, take them close to the nature. Let them see the chirping of the birds. Let them see the blooming of the flowers. It really makes them happy, They may not be able to express, but जैसे हमारे pediatricians भी कहते हैं सुबह की धूप दिखानी चाहिए ताकि jaundice ना हो. There is a scientific reason to it. सुबह की धूप जब हम दिखाते हैं, उस धूप में से तो jaundice के कुछ पार्ट ठीक भी होता है, but that early morning birds chirping, flowers blooming, that has a very positive impact on the mindset of the baby. So if you want to really keep the baby happy, talk to the baby, play with the baby, and give proper adequate feed to the baby.
Right, doctor. I think the aesthetics and that mindfulness, your mental health is also very important. Doctor, I think we've already answered this one where Pushplata is asking us, can COVID-19 be passed on from a woman to her unborn or a newborn baby? So
I have already told you in detail everything.
Absolutely. Okay. Next up, Mona Lisa, this is for you. What should moms give their babies to boost their immunity? Now, yes, this is important.
See, for the babies, if you really want to have the baby's good immunity, just breastfeed your baby. Once you are breastfeeding your baby, the IgA antibodies which are there in your body against many infections, they will directly pass on to the baby and give immunity to the baby. So in a way, the mother should boost her immunity for the baby to have good immunity. So how can she boost her immunity? She should take a very rich diet. Her diet should include green leafy vegetables like broccoli, like cauliflower, like berries, like almonds, and multivitamins. So all these things, will boost her immunity. Adequate vitamin D, very important, because these days we are seeing vitamin D levels in the ladies are very low. This can even cause infertility in the mother. So you should see to it. Normally during antenatal periods, we are doing vitamin D3 levels. So if a mother thinks that her vitamin D3 levels are low, she should take supplements of vitamin D3 also. All this will boost the immunity of the mother and in turn will indirectly affect the baby, and that will boost the baby's immunity as well.
All right, doctor. So mammies, you take care of yourself and the baby's immunity would be taken care of. Dipali asks, what are the symptoms of coronavirus in babies and children? So, doctor, this is something even I wanted to know. Is it the same as adults or is it different?
See, बच्चा थोड़ी ना बताएगा मेरे को body ache हो रहा है, मेरे से नहीं हो रहा. Yes. Babies will generally, they will become very lethargic. They will stop accepting feeds. Whenever the baby is sick, irrespective of the fact कि उसको COVID infection है या उसको कोई flu है, simple flu है, the first symptom that a baby shows is baby will stop accepting feeds. Baby will start throwing up. जो भी आप उसको दूध दोगे, baby will throw, baby will vomit, baby will become lethargic. वो बच्चा जो आपके साथ खेलता था, you see, child response. When you talk to the child responds. Child will move his eyes, child will give you a smile, that child will stop responding. Child will become lethargic, child will start throwing up. उसके ना छाती से घड़ आवाज आनी शुरू होगी. So all these symptoms means child may have fever also. All these symptoms, then you have to, this could be due to COVID-19 or this could be due to any general viral infection. So very important you consult a pediatrician that my child is showing these symptoms, and your pediatrician will definitely guide you. They may go for the RT-PCR test of the baby or rapid antigen test and they will guide you. But remember, symptoms in the child, in the neonate are generally the same for all the infections.
All right. Got it, doctor. Doctor, I'll take up, before I go ahead in my conversation, we'll take up a quick one from Sai Vidya 147. She says, great information. Is it okay to take vaccine when we are trying for the baby? I'm assuming the answer is a yes, doctor.
Yes, very much. If you are trying for the baby, please go for the vaccine. Again, here I would like to tell you that if you have gone for the vaccine and it is not mandatory to get urine pregnancy test done, okay. Suppose you have got the vaccine and you are pregnant, you find out next day that you are pregnant, there is no need to go for an abortion. Please, mind you, I'm telling you, these things are very clear. This has been described by our governing body, FIGO. A lady who is trying to conceive, who's going for fertility treatment, who is going for IVF or any assisted reproductive technique, she can be vaccinated. She should take full 2 doses. It is not mandatory to do your urine pregnancy test when you go for vaccination. Irrespective of the fact at what day of your menstrual cycle, when you are having your periods, it doesn't mean that you should not get vaccinated. Whatever is the day of your period, if आपका time मिला है, you are scheduled for your vaccine, you have got the time, please go ahead and get yourself vaccinated. Menses, periods have no relation to vaccination, okay. And suppose after your vaccination you find out that you are pregnant, you don't need to go for MTP. You can defer your second dose till you reach your second trimester, but then you don't have to go for an abortion. I think I have made it very clear, all your questions.
Absolutely. Dr. Sheetal, you're busting a lot of myths also for all the mammies out here. Now, Diksha has a very interesting question, Doctor. How much sanitizing baby and baby products is too much sanitizing? And when can we have like a hallmark of, okay, this is sanitized?
I can understand, the mothers are paranoid.
Oh, yes.
Everyone is paranoid these days. But I will just say, sanitize the tabletops, sanitize the doorknobs, which are, generally people come, they will touch the doorknobs, they'll touch the tabletops, they'll touch the counter. So you just sanitize it 2 to 3 times in a day. Second, when the baby is crawling at this age, the baby has a tendency to pick at everything and put it in the mouth. So see to it that when the baby is crawling, your floors are absolutely clean. You have cleaned the floor with the disinfecting agents like Lysol or whatever you are using. The toys of the baby, like we do in the routine, we sometimes put it in the boiling water and then put it on the floor after the floor has been disinfected. So this is the way you have to do. Don't be paranoid. See, if in your house people are not coming from outside, very limited guests are coming, your maid is okay, she is not infected, and then whatever precautions you are taking, they are adequate. The more paranoid you become, the more paranoid everyone else will become, everyone else around you will become. So it is good to take precautions, but not to the extent that it, kills your mind, peace of the mind.
Absolutely. So take it easy, and I think get it as a lifestyle habit for the times that we are living in, Doctor. Right now, there are too many questions around breastfeeding that I also see. Doctor, maybe I'll just take up this particular wording, from Radhika, who's asking, due to the widespread cases of COVID-19, should mothers stop breastfeeding their kids or use any other alternative? I know you've said breastfeeding is the best, but would you also suggest alternatives?
Yeah, breastfeeding you should never stop, because breastfeeding is the only way you are giving immunity to your child. Your child is becoming strong.
Even if mom is found positive, COVID positive?
Yes, even if the mother is COVID positive, how do you give breastfeed at that? In that case, wash your hands properly, wear a double mask, feed your child. After feeding the child, give your child to the caretaker, the attendant who is there to look after the child. Don't handle the child much. Just take the child, feed the child, give it to the attendant. And before taking the child, wash your hands properly for 2 minutes, use double mask, clean your nipple thoroughly, then give the feed. At no stage you should stop feeding, even if you are COVID positive. You have to give feed to your child. You should not stop it.
Doctor. That's a revelation. I've seen my own friends, their relatives who had really stopped breastfeeding when they were found positive, like the mammies. So the feed wouldn't make the baby positive, right, Doctor?
No, baby, the feed will never make the baby positive. See, it is an airborne. Here, I would like to tell you how this COVID-19 spreads. It is an airborne infection. It spreads via, once you're coughing or sneezing or you're talking, it spreads. Now, when you're wearing a double mask, you have sanitized your hands, you have cleaned your nipple. How will it go to the baby? Rather, you are giving the antibodies. If you are COVID positive, your body is forming antibodies. You are transferring that. Hello?
Absolutely. Yes, doctor, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Understood. Correct.
So,
So,
if you are breastfeeding, you go ahead. Even if you are COVID positive, go ahead with your breastfeeding.
great, doctor. So, mammies, please remember your bodies work magically well. So, please continue the good practice and the most beautiful practice of breastfeeding. Okay, Shruti is asking, I think a part of it doctor has already addressed. How do we stop ourselves into, falling into the panic mode, really, doctor?
See, you have to keep your calm. Mammies, you have to understand this pandemic is here to stay. Please, I'm telling you, last 100 years back when this Spanish flu came, it took us 3 years to get rid of it. So remember, this pandemic is going to stay. So you have to keep your calm. You have to keep your peace of mind. For that, what to do? You do your meditation, you do your exercise. You have to divert your mind to something else. So how you can do? If you are fond of music, listen to the music, any kind of music. You're fond of dancing, do some form of dancing. Do your yoga, do your pranayam, do your meditation. You have to prevent yourself from falling into this panic mode. You have to prepare your mind that this pandemic will last till 22. So once you are mentally prepared for that, I'm sure the things will improve.
And Dr. Sheetal, I particularly appreciate with all the emotions that you're trying to convince and support our mammies out there. So really appreciate that emotion in the tone. Thank you very much. I'm going to continue with asking Anjali's question. Is it fine to keep the baby on the bed, mostly to avoid contact from any sort of virus? Is the bed safe, for the baby to be placed always?
No, yeah, not at all, not at all. See, so long as the baby is sleeping, fine. You put the baby on the bed, preferably in the tummy position. We try to put the baby in the tummy position so
Yes.
that gas वगैरह baby is able to pass the gas. Otherwise, once a child is awake and you people are not having any symptoms, in that case, go ahead, take care of the baby, handle the baby, talk to the baby. Very important, make an eye contact with the baby, play with the child. That will
Yes.
boost child's immunity also. So must do that.
Nice. So just like how you used to do before, there's no change in that, right?
Yes, yes.
Great, doctor. All right. Pallavi is asking, is double masking the best way of protection against COVID-19 for babies too? Double masking for the babies, doctor.
See, how can you give a mask to the baby? I'm not. A newborn baby should. A newborn baby, I will never give a mask. The only way to protect the baby is, as I've already told you, restrict your visitors. All those who are COVID positive or those who you think have symptoms of COVID infection, they should not go near the baby. Only 1 or 2 people should handle the baby, those who are healthy. The maid also should be, as I've already told you, you should take care of the maid also who's coming to the house. So you have to follow these precautions.
Right, doctor. Thank you. Anjali is asking, I'm 6 months pregnant and experiencing pain in the genital area, which doesn't let me change my position and sleep properly. So please give me a solution, doctor.
Well, this is not a symptom of COVID-19, Anjali. Rest be assured.
Yes.
Most likely it is that you have either vitamin D3 deficiency or calcium deficiency. Get your vitamin D3 levels checked. Take your calcium. Take your dairy products, take eggs, all those foodstuffs which is rich in calcium, which could be your dairy products, curd, milk, eggs, and non-veg products, whatever are there. Increase intake of that. Get your calcium supplements, take your calcium supplements in time. If vitamin D3 is low, start vitamin D3 supplementation, and I'm sure this problem will go away.
Great, doctor. All right. Now, somebody from Nagpur, okay, by the name of Jyoti, she's asking, how can I tell my friends and family not to come and visit my newborn baby during COVID-19? I think you explained the how.
You have to do it
don't
for
have
you.
to be harsh, but you have to just communicate, right?
Yes. See, your communication skill should be very good. It is not that you have to explain to them why you're doing it. You have to tell them that it is for the benefit of the baby. And once you say this, that it is for the benefit of the baby, जो आपका भी कुछ लगता है, they will definitely understand. It is always better to be frank than to regret it later.
Absolutely, doctor. So stitch in time saves 9 mammies. Okay, Ridhima, I'm going to take up your thing next. I think we've answered that. Can a lactating mother take a vaccine shot? You have to decide, as doctor says, yourself. And okay, Sneha is asking, I think a part of it we've addressed, Sneha. How should an expecting mother protect herself from the deadly virus?
Well, again, very important question. Though I have answered it, I would like to repeat it again because it is very important. All those who have joined late, they should know. This virus is, as WHO has said, this virus is spread in the air. So whenever you go out, first of all, avoid going out. Avoid going to the parks. If you want to do your exercise, do it in your house, in your balcony, in your terrace. Start doing moderate amount of exercises in the form of pranayam. Do deep breathing exercises in the form of pranayam, om vilom. A little bit of yoga you should do. Then, as I've told you, your visits to your gynecologist, curtail that as much as you can. Do teleconsulting with your gynac. Go to your gynac only when you think that you're having, actually genuinely you're having a problem. Aapki movements come hogi hai, ya the time has come for your ultrasound. At that time only visit your gynac. Usi time pe get your ultrasound, visit your gynac, show and come back. When you go out, always wear a double mask. और double mask ऐसा नहीं है कि नाक के नीचे है और या मैंने देखा था I had seen one कि one mask is here and one mask is here and everything is exposed. No, double mask means that mask should be at the nose, completely fit. There should not be any gap. I know it can be suffocating. It is very easy. Like we people are used to it now, and for a general population, it is very suffocating. But remember, mammies, that mask is the only thing which can protect you. Believe me, a perfectly fit mask will give you 90% protection from this COVID. So whenever you're going out, mask yourself completely. As soon as you enter, sanitize your hands properly. Don't go to a crowded place. Don't go for grocery shopping. Send your husband or do online grocery shopping. Doctor's visit, I have told you. Suppose you have to go out, as soon as you come back, take a bath. Change your clothes completely if you are pregnant. Achhe se you take a bath, wash your hands, take a bath, change your clothes. If you follow these basic principles, I'm sure you can protect. And then again, restrict the visitor's visit. Even if you are pregnant, you have still to give birth. See to it that you have minimum visitors at your home. You know, ये नहीं कि आज मेरा cousin आ रहा है, आज मेरी auntie आ रही है, आज कोई. Please restrict the visitors at any cost. You have to tell them that. Yes. You have to tell them, you know, it may sound rude, but you have to tell them that no, my doctor has said that I have to restrict the visitors. Abhi aap rude ho jaoge, it will help you later. But once you catch the infection, ladies, COVID in pregnancy can take very severe form. I have lost my 2 patients, you know, and I feel very bad. One was primary and one, but it was her first pregnancy, 27 years old lady. I lost her. We did her cesarean was done at 30 weeks and 1.1 kg female was delivered. That female baby is in NICU, ICU. Baby is doing fine, but after cesarean of 2 days, after 2 days of the cesarean, we lost the child, mother. Similarly, I have lost another of my patient. This was her second pregnancy. Her first, I have done her cesarean, and at 24 weeks, she got COVID. We could not even do the cesarean to save the 24-week child, and we lost. So it is always better to be rude in the first place, if you want to protect yourself and to protect your child. No, I'm sure nobody is going to mind if you clearly tell them that the doctor has told not anyone should come at home and visit you.
Absolutely, doctor. I can't thank you enough for saying that, and thank you for sharing those real stories as well. That's definitely not being told so that the mammies panic. It's just to, you know, convince you to stay safe and, you know,
yes,
maintain the social distancing norms, as the doctor says. And doctor, I think we would want to repeat this for Shweta. So she's asking, what are the most important vaccines that should be given to a baby?
See, for a baby, you should go for BCG at the time of birth, then DPT, then MMR, then hepatitis B vaccine, then pneumococcal vaccine, and what else? Rotavirus vaccine. These are the common vaccines which we give to the babies. And I think, if I'm missing something, your pediatrician will be a better person to judge you. But normally, these are the vaccines which we give.
Absolutely, doctor. Thank you, doctor. We are almost towards the last leg of our Insta live session. I'm going to quickly take up some very last few questions that have just been poured in live. I think this session has been so useful to the mammies, and of course also some of the daddies have also joined us out here.
Great.
So I'm going to take up quickly from Tanika. Hello, doctor. Doing great and helpful live session. What's the starting age to put mask on the baby? Okay.
I think
they want to mask the child.
They want to mask the child, come what may. See, as I have told you, I cannot tell you कि इस उम्र पे you start masking the child. As I've told you early, so long as this ferocious second wave is there, don't take the child out. So you don't have to mask the child. And still you want to take the child out.
Yes.
Then you have to put the mask. But my advice is please don't take the child out. Don't expose the child to this virus. Because if the child gets virus, then it becomes very difficult for the mother as well as for the pediatrician. So try to avoid. Why do you want to mask the child? Why do you want to take the child out and expose the child with the mask? कि हमने तो mask डाला. Please avoid going out. Avoid going to the functions. Avoid going to the marriage ceremonies. Tell them clearly that marriage ceremony is a place where you can get infected. If not you, the child can get infected. Categorically refuse going to these crowded places. Don't go to malls for some time. I have told you this pandemic is here to stay. If the government say that 21 is the end of it, I'm telling you clearly, it may go up to 2022. So you have to take adequate precautions. You have to stop your social gatherings. You have to stop your social outings if you want to keep yourself and your child and your family safe. I may be sounding rude, but this is actually you should do.
Sure. Dr. Apurva.Badmecha is saying, hi doctor, I tested COVID positive on 15th of April, got mild fever on the 22nd April, took COVID medicines, and later on the 5th of May, my pregnancy test came positive. Now I'm very weak and I can't sleep. So,
first of all, congratulations that you have recovered from COVID. Again, congratulations that you have your pregnancy is positive. Please take adequate rest. This is the time. I know it becomes very weak. You feel very weak. A normal person feels weak. So you are pregnant. As it is, you'll feel weak. Now is the time you take complete rest. Take nutritious diet. Take broth. Take soups. Take fresh juices, not canned juices. Go for fresh juices, fresh fruits, curd, milk products, whatever. Every 2 hours, eat something. Build your immunity and sleep. Take rest. Take 1 week, 10 days, 15 days rest, I'm sure gradually. And of course, you take your supplements of pregnancy. Very important. You start on folic acid, you start on progesterone support to maintain the pregnancy. And once your strength is regained in 10, 15 days of time, then go for your blood test, go for your ultrasound to see whether the heartbeat has come or not. And then I'm sure under the expert guidance of a gynecologist, you will overcome this phase also.
Great. So I think that feels very relieving to hear, right? Okay, very quickly taking up maybe just the last 2 or 3. Adi Shebi. Hi, ma'am. I'm from UAE. I need to ask that. So on the similar lines, Dr. Shreepal, a lot of other of our viewers have also asked, after a C-section 2 times, last C-section was 2 years before, for example, what's the best time to conceive again on the safer side to get normal delivery? Is it okay to conceive in the pandemic times? Now, this is something that's really...
Yes, this is very important. I was waiting when you are going to ask this question. I was really waiting. My advice is that during pandemic, avoid getting pregnant. Why do you want to? Right. If you are thinking of becoming pregnant, avoid getting pregnant during this time for the obvious reason that I would not like you to be exposed. You may have to go out for your visits. You may have to go out for your ultrasounds. And even if you're taking all the precautions, you may get exposed. And as I've told you at the beginning of the session, that COVID infection in a pregnant woman, if it becomes severe, it becomes too much severe, requiring admission into the hospital, even ICU and ventilator support. So keeping all these things in mind, I feel that if you're planning a pregnancy, wait for 6 months, 1 year. Let this harsh second wave and the coming third wave be over. Then you can plan a pregnancy so that by the time of delivery, your delivery comes, we are at this wave is receding, the pandemic is receding, the things are much better. And mind you, I would like to say, हमेशा एक सा time नहीं रहता. अगर ये pandemic आया, ये जाएगा भी जरूर जाएगा. So after every night, sabah hoti hi hai. So just wait. Give yourself 6 months to 1 year to become pregnant till the things improve.
All right. Doctor, just the last one. Ma'am, I had done MTP last month. Can I have vaccination now?
Of course. Please
Vanshika,
go
that's
ahead.
for you. So, all right. Okay. Jumana _ Silver Pearl, how many days after COVID positive can we come in contact with our toddler? I'm sure that feels very, urgent,
Till
but doctor, what's
see,
your suggestion?
once you become COVID negative, then you can handle your toddler. Till the meantime, as the precautions which I have told you in the middle of the session, you carry these precautions. Just take the handle the baby only when you are breastfeeding. After that, give the baby to the attendant or to the caretaker who's looking after the baby till you become negative. Your RT-PCR becomes negative. Once that becomes negative, you can of course handle your baby.
All right, doctor, I think they are okay. How do you disinfect the room? Okay, so that is something I'm sure doctor has spoken about. You can of course use sanitizers, these little things that
I know.
cause
Actually,
worry
people
to
are
the
very
mammies. You know how it is.
anxious. They are really looking for the answers. They are looking out at
Yes.
various social medias to give them some answers.
Yes.
So it is a very good initiative on your part, Shikha, to conduct this session. I'm sure I have been able to burst so many myths regarding vaccination, regarding breastfeeding. I think it's. I hope that people understand what I'm trying to tell them.
Absolutely, doctor. We would like to end on this note and this comment that is coming from Iman_Icor. She's my doctor. So proud of you, Dr. Sheetal. Great session. Thank you, Mammy Poco India. So yes, Dr. Sheetal, we would like to say a big thank you for spending your time, your energies with us. And, at this family of Mammy Poco India, wherein I'm sure mothers and would-be mothers, the mammies out there, feel more armed. They feel more confident to brace the pandemic and also the most beautiful times of their lives at the same time.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Shikha.
doctor.
Thanks, Iman. And thanks, everyone, for such a wonderful session.
Absolutely. Thank you, doctor, for your advice and, of course, the expert advice, as I should say. And on that note, I would like to say a big, big thank yous to our viewers, our mammies, for actually sparing time to,
Exactly.
learn about all of these things at the same time. I'm sure we could take up as many questions as we had time for. And hashtag mammies, we have your back. I think doctor had said that heroes are born not during times of ease, but in periods of dangerous discomfort,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
on behalf of Mammy Poco, I would just like to say, and as Dr. Sheetal also said, we all need to stay calm. The mammies need to stay calm, stay fit and healthy. And we are in this together for sure. So we would like to wish you the best of love and the health at the same time. So thank you very, very much to all. And thank you, doctor.
You are most welcome. Stay healthy, stay safe. My best of luck to all the mummies.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And all the best to all of you. Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye. You too.